Hello, my name's Melissa and welcome to Teach, Read, Play. I've been a little bit missing in action at the moment, and the reason why is because I've got a new job. So let me tell you all about it. So I was feeling for quite a while that I really wanted to have a new change and a new challenge, but the whole thing was extremely daunting. So constantly thinking about what it could be like to get another job, and then also during the pandemic thinking, is it the right time for me to get another job? So I got the courage to get together and start thinking about what it is that I wanted to do. And sometimes at school I've been feeling quite down and not sure if this is exactly what I wanted to do anymore. Taking some time away during the remote learning process and being at home made me realise that actually I love teaching, I love being with the children, and that's what I really wanted to do. So getting back into the classroom, I thought, what can I do to make sure that I'm still moving on with my career and, doing the best that I can, but also in a new environment. So let me tell you about where I was coming from and where I'm going to now. So, as most of you know, I have been teaching in London in a city school, and I've been working at the same school for 7 years now. So I've had a great career there and it's been really, really amazing. However, thinking about leaving after 7 years absolutely filled me with dread. And for the last couple of years, it is something that I've had thoughts about and known that it's something that I wanted to do, but actually getting the courage and the confidence to start applying for other jobs and visiting other schools was absolutely nerve-wracking. So how did I do it? First thing that I did was start looking at different jobs online, just seeing what was out there and sort of putting the feelers out, and I was pleasantly surprised actually. So a couple of roles came to mind that I really wanted to test out. I've been a middle leader at my school and leading on English for quite a while, but I was so nervous to actually take the step to go into senior leadership, but I knew that was where the challenge was for me and I really wanted to give it a good go. So having a look at the different jobs online, I looked at TES to help me find jobs in the local area, and what I would say is there was a very limited amount of jobs out there, so it was really difficult for me to start applying for jobs. I think out of all of the jobs that were out there were only 3 that I actually wanted to apply for. So let me tell you how it went with applying for jobs. So the first thing that I did was go through the job description and look in detail at what the job was going to entail, the school, and looking at the school website before even considering applying to the school. So having a look at the different jobs out there, I realised that one of the jobs that I was going to apply for was an assistant head role. So looking into that and seeing what they actually wanted. So looking in the job description, I was able to see lots of the different jobs, what the role would entail. So for some of the jobs, it would be full-time in class or 50% in class, and then the rest of the time would be leadership time. Now that was one of the things that was going to be a big contrast for me, because I haven't had regular leadership time in my current school, so that was something that I was really looking forward to having, making sure that I can fulfil my role within my school hours as well, to make sure that I'm looking after my own well-being as well, which most of you know I'm really passionate about. So having a look at the job descriptions, what I did was really look carefully at what it was in the job description that really appealed to me. So in some of the roles that I saw, a lot of the emphasis was on a year 5 and year 6 teacher, and this was really strongly coming through in almost all of the applications. Now I've done year 5 and 6 and I did really enjoy it. However, in the last few years of my career, I've been working with the younger children, and I had a real passion for early years and Key Stage 1. So when I started to look at roles with responsibilities in year 5 and year 6, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking really appealed to me. However, the rest of the role really did appeal to me. So the next thing that I did was starting to research the school. So anytime I was interested in the school, I researched it completely, looking at everything on the website, school, the policies, the school ethos, the pictures. I looked at their social media, anything that I could use as signs about what the school would look like and what it would be like. I was really passionate about going to a school that's really enthusiastic about creative learning and making sure that children are at the heart of everything that we do. So the schools that actually really stood out to me were the ones that had videos of the children dancing and singing and acting. Just things like that on the website really stood out to me, because I thought, right, those children are vibrant, they're excited, they're creative, and that's exactly what drew me to those jobs. So looking at those, I went through the job description really carefully, and in most of the job descriptions, I made sure that I knew that I would tick off all of the essential for the application. So anything that was essential, I made sure that I had. I then also called the head teachers as well. So any jobs that I was interested in, I called the head teacher. Because of COVID, I wasn't able to go into many schools. However, I was actually able to have conversations with the head teachers to find out a little bit more about it. And that was absolutely telling. I think it was really important to talk to the head teachers to get a feel of what the school was about. Some of the head teachers that I spoke to, they could speak so confidently about what the school was like and how they were providing the broad and balanced curriculum, and maybe like some of the things that the school needed to improve on, they were really clear on. And also speaking to the head teachers, I was really eager to find out more about what the early years provision was like, and if it was in line with things that I actually believe in my own personal ethos. So everything that I did was taken into consideration what that school was like, and was it a fitting for me? Was it something that I thought would suit me? So the next thing that I did was, after speaking to the head teacher, I asked to go in for a school visit. So in the applications that I actually made 3 applications before securing myself a new job. And the first school, I wasn't able to go in and visit. The second school, I wasn't able to visit. However, I was able to go in for my interview. And for the third school, I was able to go in and visit, and then I was able to also have my interview in school as well. So actually, I bet you're all guessing like what job I actually went for in the end. The one that I actually went for in the end was the third one, third time lucky. So what was it that drew that school to me? One thing that I really loved about it was on the school website, it was really clear that the children were at the centre of this school. Absolutely everything about it was about nurturing and fostering the children's interests, which was brilliant. I've gotten really well with the head teacher, really enjoyed having the school visit, going around the school, the facilities that were there, the building, the people in the school, the environment. Those are the things that really stood out to me. Speaking to the leadership in the school, it was really clear that they understood what the next steps were in the school, and I could see exactly how I would be able to fit into that school and how I would be able to push forward positive change. So that's when I knew that that was definitely the school for me to apply to. So after a really good visit, the next thing that I did was starting to write my personal statement, and that was something that was quite challenging, and I had to think really carefully about what is it about me that would make me the perfect applicant for that school. But I'll go into a bit more detail in that in my next video, which is how to write a personal statement. So after writing my personal statement, a put that all together and constantly proofread it and kept on going back to the job description and checking that I actually met everything that was essential and some of the desirable aspects too. And luckily enough, I secured my second interview, and for the interview process I was able to go into the school, and it was 2 full days of interviews with a number of activities. The children were involved in the interview process, the teachers were involved, the governors, the head teacher and the executive head, and that was one of the things that I absolutely loved about the process. So although it was really nerve-wracking, the whole experience of the interview, what was really good was knowing that every single person that was involved in the school was involved in the process of recruiting the next senior leadership team. And I was so excited about that because it just showed how much all of the teachers are valued and how the children's opinions are actually are really important to recruiting the next person. So thankfully I managed to get through the day 1 of interviews. It's absolutely terrifying, and there were 47 applicants, so that was, that was a lot. So yeah, I had a great day. It was really, it was loads of fun. But it was really, really nerve-wracking, and the whole way through I was constantly on edge, but I just kept on knowing, like, this is the school for me and I'm just going to do whatever I can to push it to make sure that I can get into this school. And thankfully got through to the second day of the interview, and I just knew then that this was the right school for me and that I needed to just go. I'm so lucky because I've actually been able to get the job that is completely tailored to me and everything that I like to do in the school. So from September I will be the primary leader of learning, and I'll be initially focusing all of my energy into EYFS and Year 1, Key Stage 1. I'll be working in Year 1, which I'm super excited about. So the countdown's on. I start in about 3 weeks now. Super excited. So make sure that you tune in, and I'll do another video once I've started and I've settled in to keep you up to date on how it's going. But if you're looking for a new job, put yourself out there because the right job is out there for you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.